Hello everybody, my name is Jerry. I'm glad you can join me. We got an 81-degree day here in South Central Texas, first week of February. Listen guys, I know, I'm sorry for rubbing it in, but what an amazing day. Now, if you're with me in the last video, that was episode 2 of me doing clutch up wheelies. We had a little bit of improvement, so this is going to be episode 3. We're going to go out and do some clutch up wheelies and just see how far we go. I'm also going to show you how to install the Power Bronze rear tire harder on the 2017 Suzuki GSX-R 1000R. That's all coming up right now. Okay guys, so we're first going to go over the some preliminary things you need to do before we go to the motorcycle and install in the motorcycle, okay? First of all, you'll see there's some grommets here, right? Some black grommets. Let me make sure you can actually see those really well. Yeah. And along the leading edge here, there's actually a groove in these grommets, okay? Now you'll notice I already have one installed right here. Okay, it's already installed. So on the outer edge here is a grommet, and on the inside is one of those sleeves, one of these guys right here. Okay, let me turn this paper over so maybe you can see it a little better. One of those guys right there. Okay. So we actually put in, what went in this hole was one of these grommets. And then once you put the grommet in there, the sleeve goes inside, okay? Pretty easy to do. So let me do, that's one I already did, and there's 2 more on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, one of these on this side, and I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. Okay, so take the grommet, and you notice I'm kind of pinching it, right? Squeeze it. You take the leading edge and you just put it right on the hole so it matches up with the groove in this grommet will match up with the thickness of the inside of this hole, okay? So I'm just going to pinch it a little bit like that and then push it in there. Okay, once you got the leading edge in there, okay, let me get the instructions out of the way because I don't want to rip the paper. Then you just kind of push it in. You just keep squeezing it and push it. Okay, I'm just working around the edge of the grommet, pushing it. If you need to use 2 thumbs like I'm doing here, that's fine. And you just keep pushing it in there. Okay. Now that hole that was in there is a little bit, when they drilled it out, is a little bit wonky looking. Okay, what I do is I twist the grommet a little bit with my hand and just make sure it's seated in there really good. Okay, I'll flip it over and check the inside, make sure it's looking good. It looks pretty good there. Nothing's looking weird or crimped up. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so now it's installed right there, right? Okay. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just stick this right inside the hole. Okay, so this is the metal sleeve. Okay. They're calling it a spacer on the instructions, that's fine. You just stick it in the hole, let's see if it goes in. Like I said, it looks like this hole was a little bit drilled a little weird, but okay, so it fits. You press it all the way in until it's flush with the top of the grommet. And check the inside too. Okay. And there you go. That's it right there. A little bit better view there, right? Pretty simple installation as far as the grommet and the little sleeve that goes in there with it, okay? Now there's that rubber strip that I talked about earlier. Well, I talked about in the other video, but there's a long rubber strip. Now I already cut it in half. Basically the instructions tell you to cut this to 155 millimeters. Okay. It comes as one piece like that, all together. Right? And the instructions tell you to cut to 155 millimeters. Okay, that's about 6 1/8 of an inch, a little less than 6 1/8 of an inch for those of you that are dealing with Imperial US measuring system. Okay, about 6 1/8. Basically, what you're doing, guys, you're cutting it in half. Once you cut one 155 millimeters, the other piece is basically the same length. So, okay, so that's what you do with that. Now, there's 4 brackets. Okay, let me get them in the picture here. 4 brackets. okay? So they come like this, you get them out of the bag, okay? Now, 2 of these brackets are the same. They're exactly the same, okay? Right? And the other 2 brackets that you see here, they're different. See that? They look completely different. So all you're going to do is very simple. You take the 2 brackets that look the same and just pair one up with each. That's it. That's how simple that is, okay? And at the bottom of this, you're going to see that there's a little groove here, like a little hook groove. There's also a little hook groove in the bottom of this. I know it may be hard to see in the camera. Okay, because there's a little hook groove there. Maybe you can see it there, yeah. Okay. And what you do is you just hook them together. Okay. Just hook them together like that. They just hook together on the bottom. Okay. So it looks like that when you're done. Just hooks together. Okay. Simple. And you do the same thing with the other one. See if I get in a position where my hands are not in the way of the camera here. Okay. You just hook them together. Okay. Just go like that. They just hook together like that in the bottom. Okay. They're hooked together right down here. That's it. Okay, both of them are like that. Hooked here and hooked there. That's it. This square area that you're seeing, that's what goes around the swing arm. The rubber for each of these that we just cut goes inside. You just stick them inside there. Okay? And the other one goes inside there. You just wrap it inside. Okay? And keeps it from scarring up the swing arm. Okay, now let's talk about this last little piece of rubber. They also send this piece of rubber in the bag. This goes along the leading edge. Okay. Okay, got the trim all on there. And basically the way this works, let me get that in frame, is you take the plastic trim, there's a little piece right here, up in the corner, just from like here to here. I use a little bit of super glue. Okay, I have that laying around. That one happens to be the Ultra Gel. Let's see if we can get it in frame here. See if the camera will focus on this. I don't know if it will. Come on, camera. Look at the camera wants to play nice here. Here it is. That's the Ultra Gel. Loctite Super Glue Ultra Gel, but whatever one you use, it's fine. Okay. That's what I used for a little bit of super glue. Right here underneath this little piece here, just goes from here to here. There's another piece that runs from here to here. I didn't super glue it. And there's actually a little cutout right here, guys, so you don't have to put any, you don't put any of the plastic trim in there. Okay. So that's empty. Nothing there. Then it runs from here all the way to here. Big long piece. You just got to cut it to length. What I did is I just laid it on there first without cutting it, and then I found out where I need to cut it and just took the scissors and cut it, right? That's how I did that. Okay. And then there's a piece that runs, there's a little bit of space here. Even though the instructions say there should be something there, they didn't give me enough material. I mean, I'm like, come on, Power Bronze. I mean, they could have gave me another couple inches. I mean, I had this little dinky piece left. Little nothing left. So they kind of chunked out in that. I mean, they could have definitely done a little better there. But anyway, so it runs to there, and then there's a little gap right here, and then there's a trim piece that runs from here to here. Then here's a little cutout, so you don't put anything in there, okay? Then you put another piece right up here, and again, they didn't say this in the instructions, but I did it. I put a little super glue on this little piece right here as well, and then stuck it on there, okay? So that's it. Okay, at this point, guys, I just have the tire hugger laid on the back, sitting on top of the swing arm, just resting on the rear tire, just so I can see how it lines up. So, and that's right, I do have my license plate covered up because, you know, the internet is so trustworthy. There's no nefarious characters out there, oh no sir. Right. So, next I'm gonna get the straps and the hardware and the fasteners and to get this all on there, and we'll see how it goes. I strongly recommend that you get yourself some lock washers like these little guys right here. Okay. To go with these bolts. Now they send the 3 bolts with the nuts. Okay. There's another one laying around here somewhere, I don't know where I put it, but okay. but they don't get sent any lock washers. Okay, and they advise tighten it down occasionally. Yeah, of course. But I can tell you right now, riding hard, lots of vibrations, and all you got is a nut and a bolt, no. So either put some Loctite on the thread here, or add a lock washer. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a lock washer. Okay, so you put the bolt through, and then you put the lock washer on there, and then you tighten the nut over the lock washer. Okay. Okay, I think you guys can see in there, that's the bolt on the inside with the nut and a little lock washer in there. See it? So you're looking on the inside of the hugger. Okay. And yeah, it was a pain in the butt to get the bolt lined up with the brackets and all that, but we finally got it in there. Okay, I'm gonna back out, you can kind of see what's going on here, right? So that's just the shifter clutch side of the bike. Okay, the bolts through there. And remember I said there's 3 bolts and one of them's longer? This is the side that gets the longer. The left side of the bike, or the clutch shifter side of the bike, gets the longer bolt. Okay? Alright. Okay, so at this point I just have the 3 bolts in. One right there. And the 2 that are right there. Okay. And they're just in there kind of loosely. I have them on, you know, maybe a few threads to make sure they don't pop off. So it's just in there loose, and you can see this thing's all jacked up, right? Look, it's all tilted to the right. It's like, okay. So that's why I put it in there loosely, so I can just work with the tire hugger and move it around. We'll see what we get. In hindsight, I recommend taking the rear wheel off. Just gonna make things a lot easier. I did it with the rear wheel on, but very difficult to get to that bolt back there. You can do it from underneath. It does work. This one was a major pain in the butt to do it with the wheel on. The bracket was so difficult to get lined up. So if you take the rear wheel off, guys, this job's going to be so fast. As far as when you put it on, it'll be much easier because you can get access underneath, no problem. I'd say I spent, with the rear wheel on, I probably spent at least a half an hour getting the bolts to line up with the brackets, because that's how big of a pain in the butt it is with the rear wheel on. If you take the wheel off, job will be much easier. Okay, so I'm going to see what I can do about getting this all straightened out and tighten it down, then we'll take some more video. Okay, I got it kind of straightened out a little bit, and now I'm just tightening up the bolts. And for those that want to know, 4mm hex head, Allen head type. Okay, you just stick it in there and wrench away. And I just stuck my finger underneath on the inside, just kind of held the nut with my finger until it got going, and I didn't even need a wrench on the inside, or what you blokes saying over there in the UK, a spanner. I didn't need a spanner. Okay, I like that spanner. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll start using that word. I didn't need a spanner on the inside. So I just stuck my finger in and kind of held it in there, okay? And then I'll do the same thing for the other 2 on the other side. Okay, here we go. Guys, a nice one. Okay. Oh, had to touch the rear brake on that one. Yep. Oh yeah. Nice. Alright, that was good. Well guys, what an amazing day. I actually had a major breakthrough in clutch up wheelies today. You know, the camera didn't catch it because I ran out of memory on the little memory card.
But the last wheelie I did before I went home was a long clutch up wheelie. It must have lasted about 500 or 600 yards. It just kept on going. What a major breakthrough today on clutch up wheelies, episode 3. I'm really feeling good about where this is headed, so stick with me on that. I hope you guys got something out of the installation on the Power Bronze rear tire hugger. And guys, listen, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click that Texas flag right there. And there's a playlist over my head right here. You can watch all the videos on this awesome motorcycle. And guys, I'm actor, director, and producer of short films, so go ahead and click that icon right there. You can watch some free films over on the other channel. Subscribe over there and thumbs up over there too. We really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, we'll see you right back here again real soon.